Hey, Maria back with another video. It's like 5:32 p.m. Sunday afternoon, and this day was a complete and total blurb. I got dressed, and then I laid back down on the bed, and I fell asleep for a few hours. And so, by the time I got up, I was a little hungry and had something to eat, and now the day's pretty much over. So, yeah, it was one of those days where I guess my body just said enough is enough. I needed to get some rest, and I'm glad that I did, okay? Now I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to get some sleep tonight. So, I didn't really do anything. I wanted to get things done, but my body was just needing some rest, so I guess that's what I did. I did clean my shoes. These are the shoes I wear to work every day. Not every day, but it's really dirty out there, so I wore these, and I have another pair, a blue pair, but I don't wear the blue pair to work. I just wear the black pair. They get very dirty, and so I clean them off every day. And I do have black shoe polish to take care of them, but what's the point in shining them if they're going to get dirty the next day? So I basically just take a little bit of furniture polish and wipe off the dirt, and then continue wearing them. Now, if I stop, wearing them to work, I will put some black shoe polish on to make them look better. I had to relace them because, the shoelaces constantly break. I do remember my dad buying military shoelaces, and I can see why, because they are very sturdy, and oftentimes they actually outlive the life of the shoe. I mean, they don't break, and that's one of the things, the biggest issues I have, especially when you have these little eyelets on your shoe. They tend to tear at the shoelace. So I did some thinking, and I'm trying to get myself refocused and trying to get all the negativity out of my brain, which is it's not easy to do. I mean, when you're dealing with workplace mobbing and you're dealing with community harassment and finding out you got some psychotic ex-boss, coming around and causing problems for you, that's a lot of terror to go through, especially when I think about how long it's been going on. It really affects you. It does. I mean, that's not an exaggeration. It's just something that really tends to mess with a person's mind. I'm going to go ahead and lace up this other shoe here. Anyway, I'm dealing with a lot of that, and, I don't think I should have any issues with people here in town. I've always been a very polite person. And I know I've always kind of kept to myself, mainly because I've always been very busy and just kind of focusing on work or whatever. But, I'm not an unfriendly person. I'm actually quite friendly. I just don't like dealing with, people coming around and starting trouble when there's really no reason for such a thing, It's just been a very long time dealing with this whole issue. And, of course, I was thinking about the cute guy, and I really hope that he finds the courage to come around as soon as he possibly can. I don't want to put pressure on him or anything like that, but it's like I'd like to spend time with him, and he's probably waiting around for me to be formally divorced, and I can understand that. If that's his choice, if that's what he wants to do, then I respect that. I would never make somebody compromise their own personal level of comfort just for me, and so I have to respect his decision, if that's his decision, and it should be his decision, not anyone else's decision. Shouldn't be Karen Johnson's decision, shouldn't be the community's decision. That's his decision. He's an adult, okay? And so I have to respect that if that's his choice. So, but I just don't want him to forget me. Anyway, so I'm just kind of sitting around here, and my friend described her daily routine, which I had to kind of laugh at it, because it's like, that's my daily routine. You get up, turn on the TV. I get a little uncomfortable watching TV, so then I get up and I pace around, and I find that I have absolutely no interest in anything around me, and then I lay down a little bit, and then it's a terrible way to live. It's horrible, because I really am the kind of person that enjoys the company of other people, and of course I do use discernment, but I have to be around people in order to have fun. To enjoy my my life, I have to, so I feel kind of stifled, I like to be out talking and stuff, and I'm like way out. I work way out of the outskirts of town, and I want that to change. I'm just tired of dealing with being on the receiving end of other people's poor judgment. and I'm referring to the employers. I'm not mad at the cute guy. I'm not mad at his mom. I think they are very nice people. And obviously, you know, I have a lot of respect for the cute guy. And I've always liked his mom. I remember seeing her one time at Rite Aid one time. Long story, but anyway, I'm not even going to go into it. But yeah, I'm not, my issue is not with them. My issue is with the employers who got involved in this. You know, it's not appropriate. It's just not, you know. Especially when the hostility that I was receiving, I had no idea any of that was going on. And it's not something that, it affects a person, okay? It really puts a lot on a person. And it creates more depression, more anxiety, more unnecessarily. It's not necessary to behave that way. It just isn't. It's so uncivilized, you know? Now, as I'm pointing this camera at the floor, I realize there's more, like, what do you call it? Clusters of dust on the floor. I need to get in here and do some sweeping this week. I'm still having energy to do it right now, but yeah, I'm going through some serious depression. And, you know, I feel like what happened is really, I mean, I wish to God, you know, I could take these people to court, because these people have put me in a situation where I'm like, I have no idea how to start to look for another job. I have no idea how I'm supposed to even pick myself back up. You know, how do I do this? And that's my biggest issue. And it's an issue that they created. They created this issue, not me. You know, and I'm the one who's suffering for it. And it's like, I can't tell you how frustrated I am on a daily basis. You know, I don't want to live like this. I don't. I'm not happy. You know, I've always been happier working around people. Now, do I like working by myself? I can work by myself and I can work with other people, okay? But my issue is they thought that I didn't like working with other people because they were being assholes in the workplace. They were constantly creating all kinds of dramas, stage scenes, what do you call it? With the harassment. So why would I want to be around those people? I don't want to be around those kinds of people. I want to be around people who are just regular people and start a conversation and enjoy my work day. I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be, right? Like normal people. But, you know, it's like when you get involved with narcissistic people, they create so much drama. And then they don't understand why you're behaving the way that you are. Because obviously no one likes being harassed. No one does. You know, I don't like being harassed. I don't like being asked a bunch of questions that to me are personal. And if you're not close to me or have a relationship with me, you don't have the right to ask me those questions. It's intrusive. I mean, anybody, you know, anybody's mother would tell you that. I mean, it's like, it's just rude. You know what I mean? So obviously, you know, these people have just caused too much problems. They really have. And then I have to deal with all the issues relating to the betrayal issues. You know, I feel like, well, since my family knew this was going on, like my mother should have told me that this was going on. She didn't tell me. And that bothers me because it's like, you know, she knew that I had goals in life. She knew that this was important to me. She knew that this was my way of taking care of myself and said absolutely nothing. So how do you think I feel knowing that my family put me in this program and said absolutely nothing about it? You know, and then how could I feel anything for people who put me in this situation? I can't. You know, and so I wake up every day with this void, this no feeling of any sense of caring towards these people. I feel like I'm completely disconnected, you know, but yet still I have to have something to care about. But that to me, how can I care about people who've done this to me? That's impossible, you know. It's like, I don't care what. If somebody was to come up to me and say, hey, I'm putting this person, I'm doing this sort of thing. Like I said, I know the law, so I would know that it's wrong, okay? But I would never let my family member or somebody that I care about go through this. I would tell them, you know, I would tell them everything, you know. But how do you think I feel on a daily basis knowing that I had to deal with betrayal, and then on top of this bullshit harassment, and then they've got some maniac ex-boss coming around causing me problems? I just wanted to get on with my life. I'm an innocent person who just wants to get on with their life, and I'm constantly struggling, and that's bullshit. You know, I've been working for 21 years, and I'm thinking, well, actually more than 21 years, okay? But I've been working in the kind of office work that I've been doing for 21 years, okay? And I'm like, how in the world could I be in this situation? You know? Every day I ask myself that, and I want to bang my head against the wall. I'm very frustrated. You know, it's like a psychological rape is what it is, and it's very painful. So, you know, for people who can't understand, I don't know what's to not understand. You know, it's basically somebody, how would you feel if somebody was trying to control your life? You know, people that are trying to control your life that you want nothing to do with, how dare they? That's crazy. You know, I've made a very clear statement by leaving your place of employment that I want nothing to do with you, but yet you constantly want to sit here and have some sort of say in what I do with my life. It's not your place. And so for people to do that, and then other people cooperate with this idiot, how am I supposed to feel? You know, I'm just completely, and the mental anguish that I go through is too much. And that's why I needed to sleep today. My body just said, okay, enough is enough. And there are days where I feel like I just want to fall over on my face. Like this is such this obstacle is so huge to me and so much to deal with that it literally drains me of energy. So what is these people going to do about it? This is their mess. They need to fix it and clean it up because I'm tired. Okay. It has destroyed every relationship I've ever had. It has destroyed my life. Karen Johnson destroyed my life. Okay. Basically. So what is she going to do about it? Pick up everything that she did and fix it because I'm tired of living like this. This is your fault. She should be sued for everything that she has, that including Steve Murray and all the other people who got involved with it. This includes the idiots that called me in for job interviews and everything else. It's harassment, period. Harassment that I didn't deserve. It's completely unwarranted, you know? Anyway, tired, agitated, you know, but yeah, anyway. Got to clean it. I did my shoes, so I'm going to put them back in my closet. These are sturdy little shoes. You know, they're not the greatest, but they're okay. And this is one of my favorite style shoes. They're very practical, kind of old-fashioned looking. I think I've always chosen this style throughout the years because it's just like, you can always find a pair of boots like this, no matter what year it is. It's one of those styles that it may never be trendy all the time, but I will tell you that it's a style that it's always going to be there, okay? And I like those kind of clothes because you can always wear them, you know, and they're practical and they keep my feet fairly protected, you know. I've never really been a shoe person because I've had really big feet and they're kind of wide and, you know, they're not dainty and prissy like a lot of girls, you know. I've seen some girls who just have cute little feet, right? Not my feet. My feet aren't cute. As a matter of fact, they just look big and like boats or whatever. So I just tend to grab the practical shoes. Now, I do like some of the pretty little shoes, but this is not as practical for me. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. In about half an hour, I'm going to jump in the shower and shut everything down. Since I don't have my main air conditioner, I'm just going to avoid being in my room right now because I want my privacy. And I like walking around in my t-shirt, you know, in my house and just kind of not, you know, just relax. It's very hot, very little clothing do I like to wear in my house, you know, so it's like I need my privacy. And unfortunately, since my overhead air cooler isn't working, I'm kind of forced to have windows open and stuff like that. So I just have to avoid being in my bedroom. Now the window in my living room has a curtain that shuts all the way when the air conditioner is working, so I can hang out in there for a while. So anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to say hi to the cute guy. You know, hey cute guy, you got to come by and see me and spend some time with me. And I'm waiting for you, so I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at your mom. I'm not mad at the people who were innocent and didn't know any better. I'm not mad at you guys, okay? But I am mad at the employers who got involved in this and their warped sense of, you know, power in this issue. That it's really frustrating for me, okay? Very frustrating. So anyway, wrapping up this video. Have a wonderful what's left of the weekend. I'll be back with another video later. Bye-bye.